What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 47 of the Offshore Gamescast. I am Dave.
I am smelling like a rose. That's my nickname.
A kiss from a rose.
No, different.
See you.
Different. We got things to plug because we had stuff come out. As of right now, our review for Best Month Ever is out. Thank you to how did you say it? Clobbiter?
It's all wrong. I don't think I'm gonna be. I think I said Clabiter.
Clabiter, yeah.
I'm wrong.
It could be Clabater. Could be Clabatter.
Clabatter up.
Could be any of it. But thank you to them and the Warsaw Film and Video Game Studio for giving us a review code for that. It's up. Go check it out. It was we'll talk about the game in a little bit, but
it's a good game.
It's a good game. Go check out our review if you want to get like a pretty good overview of what that game is.
Yes. On
top of that, our PAX video is out. Also go to our YouTube for that or our website offshoregamescast.com. You can see and hear about all the games we played at PAX. A lot of games that are not out.
Oh, I wish they were so I could keep playing them.
Go check that out. We talk about, what our favorite ones are. We show some footage from the show floor. It was a good time. One more thing, Dave, then we can get on with the show. Merch! It's the only way to support the show right now. If you want to, go to offshoregamescast.com/merch.
/.
Yeah, you don't have to specify that. It's wrong.
What?
Okay, no. It's not wrong.
Don't you?
But it's like societally wrong. Culturally wrong. No one does that.
Look, we're on the island.
Yes, that's correct. That's right. We got clothing and accessories. Go check them out. We would appreciate any support you may want to give us.
Only if you want to.
Only if you want to and only if you're able to. With that, let's get on with the show. I'm just going to go first because I want to.
That's okay.
Nintendo Switch Sports came out this week.
I know, and I know it's all you want to talk about.
It's all I want to talk about because it is so fucking good. That being said, I only played 4 out of the 6 sports. And that is because I was playing locally co-op with my girlfriend. And so soccer, you need both Joy-Cons for. And we each using one. And Chambara, we just didn't really want to do it.
Really?
The sword fighting because we got completely... Okay, well, I'll start with tennis. Tennis is almost exactly like it was in Wii Sports.
If it ain't broke.
Yes. It is just that. You're swinging left and right. Your character moves automatically. I don't remember if they had this in Wii Sports. If you're like kind of far and dive for the ball, a lot of the time it'll put up like a clunker, which is easy for the other team to then spike, and then it's tough to return that. Bowling, we've touched on this. Bowling is a battle royale.
Which is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. So it's 16 total people. You can't throw the ball backwards.
Boo.
You can't do the thing.
Boo.
Yep. They also, for whatever reason, all right, you're familiar with Wii Sports.
Who isn't?
You know how it would be, you're holding the Wii remote, you're holding the button on the back.
Don't explain this to me like I haven't done it myself.
Well, maybe other people haven't.
Yeah, but you're looking at me and you're gesturing like
I'll look towards the screen.
Thank you.
For the non-existent camera. You know how when you're bowling and Wii Bowling, you hold the Wii remote and you hold the button on the back, you swing back, then you swing.
Don't look at me!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Then you swing forward and you let go of the button on the back.
Don't look at me!
No, it's done now.
Okay.
In Switch Sports, you're just holding that button on the back the entire time. And I don't really know why. It's I don't know. It feels weird because you're so used to it one way.
Yeah.
And you have to hold it down the whole time. If you don't, it like doesn't count your throw. It's like, hey, don't do that. And you only have so much time, so it only gives you like 15 seconds to throw your ball because there's 15 other people waiting for you.
The issue that you're describing is one that I think of a lot in another game where they changed something that didn't have to be changed.
Shadow Warrior 3.
No.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
No.
Wii Sports Resort.
No, that's a good game though.
Oh, those are the only games I've ever heard of.
When they switched the synchronization button in Assassin's Creed from Y to clicking the stick.
Is that in modern games? I feel like I just hit triangle on PlayStation.
Or they switched it from one to the other. Either way, it used to be one thing. Then they switched it. I hate it.
After all these years, you still hate it?
I think about it a lot. I played all the Assassin's Creed games.
Do you think about badminton a lot?
I love badminton. I actually do think about badminton a lot.
Well, I got news for you. Hold on. I didn't finish with bowling. It's a battle royale. 16 people.
Yeah.
You do 3 frames, and then the top 8 people make it. Then you do another 3, and the top 5 make it. Another 3, the top 3 make it, and then they do a cool thing. So this whole time, you see the leaderboard of what everyone's score is and where you're at. When you get to the final frame, so it's the top 3, you're in the finals, it completely hides that. So you don't know. You don't know how anyone else is doing. You don't know how your score is comparing to theirs. So if you're in a close game,
that's exciting.
You'll have no idea until the big reveal at the end. All right, now badminton. Here's what I like about badminton. It is one of the games. Okay, so tennis, like I said, still just like Wii Sports. Badminton will actually straight up track the whole all the movement you do.
I feel like you kind of have to for that.
Right. Which leads, so first off, you need to do the pre-serve wave with everyone. Which is you take your racket in the air and you shake it like a maniac, and you don't stop when it's your serve until they do it back. And I was having a great time with this because the first person, they were like, yeah, we're going to wave. And then some people you get that are just so impatient with you, they just do a quick raise of the racket to get you to serve and then put it down. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Volleyball is where it's at.
Oh, yeah?
It is insane how addicting volleyball is.
I feel like badminton would be the addicting one.
So that was our addicted. That's the one that we were addicted to.
And then you went to rehab.
And then we went to rehab. And then we did volleyball. And then we need rehab again. 2v2. And it does the classic volleyball thing where, all right, it's coming to you first. You're the whatever this one is. Bump. When your 2 hands are together and you swing up and you kind of hit it against your wristy area.
Your thumb muscles.
Yeah. Starts with that. And it's all timing based. So if you do it at the perfect timing, you get a green streak coming from it for a good time. For good timing. Then the next person has to set it. So for that they have to
set it.
They have to set it with the actual set motion. Now you can do this with one hand, but of course it's just I do both hands because it feels wrong.
Of course,
with one hand. And then the second person lifts up the Joy-Con to jump in the air, and then smashes it down to spike. Mm-hmm. If you do this all in perfect timing, you're gonna give a pretty fucking crazy spike. The other team, the person in front, has to try and time their jump, so raise the Joy-Con to try and block the ball in time with the spike, and also kind of try and guess where they're going to spike it. Mm-hmm. We are nearly unstoppable with our system. I always take the left side. She always takes the right side. So if I'm up front and I'm blocking, I will always block to the left, which means if they're hitting it towards me, I'm blocking. If they're hitting it towards her, she has that ground coverage. She's ready. Mm-hmm. Vice versa, if she's up front, she'll always block to the right, and I'll be on the left side. And you kind of just alternate back and forth depending on where the ball gets hit. Mm-hmm. It is, oh my God, so addicting. Insanely addicting. It is also, the most competitive, maybe other than bowling, mm-hmm. in terms of it being just so back and forth. It feels really good. That has been the reason that I don't know, what muscle is this on the opposite side of your elbow? On the inside. Does that have a name? Your crevice? Your elbow crevice muscle?
The bottom bicep?
That's it, the bottom bicep.
Nice.
That was really sore pretty much all week for me, and my ankles.
Ooh.
Because I would literally, like, when I was setting, I would, like, kind of crouch down and then jump up a little bit. You couldn't help it. There is a progression system. So you get points. You get a minimum depending on the sport just for participating. And then depending on if you win and, like, little bonus things you do. So, like, good teamwork, an example for volleyball is if you're, like, timing it out really good with each other, you get bonus points. Every 100, you get to pick from, as of right now, 2 sets of cosmetics, and you get a random item from there. And when you complete the board, you get like 2 full outfits. They're gonna be adding a new board every week.
Ooh.
So there's reason to keep going back.
That's cool.
So it's addicting. There's like no other way to say it. We played. Let's see. We started around 3 p.m. on the Friday that came out, and we stopped at about 11:30.
Wow.
We only took a break to eat Auntie Anne's.
Oh shit, that's good.
And then went right back to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Wii Sports. It's like the same feeling. It's so simple, but you can't stop.
If only they gave it away with every single Switch.
That would be nice. I forgot it's $40, not 60, so that was nice.
Honestly, that's not bad.
That's not bad. But okay. There is this. You have to have Switch Online to I have Switch Online. And we were using my Switch with my account, and she made another user on my Switch to play with me. So we're both getting cosmetics. She could only get cosmetics from one set. I could get from both, whichever one I choose. So then she had to sign up for Switch Online on her account. Now she can get from both. Also, she was only limited to 3 items a day. If you don't have Switch Online. If you have Switch Online, you can get as many as you need. So I completely filled out one board. I only have like 2 or 3 items left in the other board.
Nice.
Yeah. That about covered. They have weird lore.
Why?
Because it's like you're in this weird giant arena / mall. And they'll have like...
Coconut Mall.
They'll have like little things on the loading screen like, the red bus takes people from this arena to this one. But there's no actual red bus. You're not on a red bus at any point. It's just like weird things like that.
The first bus.
The first boss of Switch Sports.
The first bus that popped into my head was the SpongeBob red bus.
It could be that for all I know. They're not underwater.
They're not.
They're not.
I like that bus though.
Where was that? The fucking red bus. You killed me.
Lore.
I had one more thing to add.
Red bus. There's no red bus.
There is no red
Mall.
bus. Coconut Mall.
Lore.
Nope. I got nothing.
You got something.
I got something. I got it. So you can have you can make your character in the game, like, and it looks human, or you can make a me, just like from the Wii. And side by side, the Miis compared to the Switch Sports person are fucking terrifying.
I bet.
It's like looking at them now, I just can't help but be like, why was this acceptable back then? Why were Miis acceptable? They're monstrosities.
They're fun.
No, they're not fun. Whenever we saw Mii, we were usually terrified and we wanted to really win against them.
I want to be a me and be...
You would be a Mii.
And I would fucking win every time.
Nope. Mii's, even if they win the game, they don't win at life.
I don't know. I mean, they can't reach the top shelf, but they're still having a good time.
They're not having a good time. They probably hate their existence.
Yeah. Don't we all?
They probably do. But that's Nintendo Switch Sports. It's just so simple, but so addicting.
I want to try it.
You should. It's good.
I started a new game.
What is it?
I started South Park Stick of Truth.
Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, he is a character.
Yeah.
Haven't met him yet.
I haven't played Stick of Truth since it came. That was on like PS3 360, right?
Yup.
Yeah. I don't remember a lot.
I haven't played Stick of Truth
until now. How you liking it?
I'm really enjoying it so far. Emily was like, "Oh, I love South Park. I need you to play this." I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to play some of this." She goes, "No." I go, "What?" She goes, "You know what you're going to play." I'm like,
Monster Hunter.
"No." It was Stick of Truth. And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Fuck. Damn it." I hopped in. And this morning I loaded it up, and I've seen very few scattered episodes and then the entirety of season 9 and season 10.
Random.
Yep. And that is the extent of my very limited knowledge. So there's a lot of references I don't get.
Yeah, this game is one giant South Park reference.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I've gone into 2 different people's houses, one being Cartman's. I don't remember who the other one was, but I opened the closet in their room, and like when you do that, it's just like you're only looking at references of like a full closet of stuff. And I'm like, all right, I see the Osimo outfit. That's like I've seen that before.
Cheesy poofs?
I don't know.
Probably were cheesy.
Probably. Poofs. I'm looking at everything and I go, I don't know what this is. Time to close the closet.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's got that fun like South Park humor that my dad never let me enjoy growing up. Oh, I know. But it is. I don't know. I want to say I expected it to have a good time, but I'm having a better time than I thought I would. Because the fact that it's also a full RPG as well makes it so much more exciting. And I guess like the fantasy aspect, because of course, when I got to choose my character, it was a mage. To which I got a little wand, which is just a fucking branch, and I just go up and whack people the fuck out of it. But there's also like, when it comes to those classes, I like how they... in a way, like, made it, like, real. It's like, all right, you're a mage, time to do a fire attack. You obviously don't have fire powers.
What?
I'm going to light a firecracker and shove it in this kid's face.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's fucking hysterical.
Yeah, it's really cool. From what I remember, it was like, it was turn-based RPG, and then the rest was just kind of like an episode of South Park.
Pretty much.
Which is just, as a South Park fan, that's exactly what you would want.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different little references and, like, side quests that pop up of stuff. Like, I'm walking by, and I hear, hey, come over here. And I'm literally like, where the fuck did that come from? And I'm looking, and in the background, I see a man hiding behind a bush. I'm like, I'm going to go talk to him. And I walk up, and he pops out, and he goes, I'm Al Gore. And I go, Yep, there's Al Gore. And he wants me to go fight fucking, what is it? Man-Bear Pig?
Yep, Man-Bear Pig.
Yeah. So... can't yet because there's rats in the way, and I don't know how to deal with rats yet.
Oh, not rats.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Echo Generation all over again.
Oh my god. But when it comes down to like the actual fighting in those battles, it is a lot harder than I expected. A lot more emphasis on the actual like party system and like healing and stuff. You like it. Most times when I get into games like this, I'm like, I'm just gonna brute force. I'm just gonna attack. And I'm like, oh damn, I can't really do that. I gotta focus. I gotta use my abilities. I gotta have Butters heal me. I gotta heal Butters.
But really emphasizing on or focusing on Butters.
Butters died a few times.
That's Kenny's job.
I also died a few times.
Are you Kenny?
No.
Kenny's supposed to die.
I know. But I don't know, it's a lot of fun fighting those little battles and like the little ones that like you can just run up on, and then these kids run out and then fuck you. And I'm just like, all right, let's fucking go. And I whack the fuck up out of them with my wand. And then they're dead.
No.
I know.
I don't think they die.
The other fun thing about it being an RPG is that now I just want to collect everything. So I'm just going into every single house.
Yeah.
Going up to everything with a gold knob that I can open and be like, I don't need this. I'm taking it all.
I never played the sequel.
It's definitely, it goes further. I want to say the battle system is more like Fire Emblem-y.
Yeah, I think it's more like mobile and like, oh no, it's like a grid.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what more of what I was expecting, because I remember seeing gameplay of Fractured But Whole.
Maybe I did play that. No, I think I'm just remembering watching trailers.
I mean, that's the thing too. I want to play Fractured But Whole, but I obviously want to play Stick of Truth first. And luckily when I went to, this was down where I was just like, I'm buying every game. And I had pre-ordered Stick of Truth, Fractured But Whole, and it came with a copy of, or a digital code for Stick of Truth. So I said, yeah, let's do that.
And it paid off.
Oh yeah, it did. One of the, like, obviously I don't know too much about South Park, but I love that the entire map is just the town.
Yeah, it's
and
very cool.
The way that like the camera angle in a way shifts when you do like go up and down a street and whatnot. Like it literally echo generation wise, like it's that sort of adventure, and it's like, all right, I think I'm really liking this more than I would have thought, especially after playing something like that. With like less focus on like go find this and this goes to that and that goes to this. Just more like, all right, let's explore, let's find stuff. Oh, you have a little side quest, I'll help you out, and just like moving on and do this and just completing quests that I don't even know if I had because I just find 2 pairs of underwear and apparently I need 5.
You know, it's the classic. Whenever I find 2 pairs of underwear laying around, I'm like, well,
I need 3 more.
There's 3 more somewhere.
Oh, the only thing that is annoying is that like that need that I want to like complete everything in an area before moving on and be like, well, I got to come back and do this and do that. But it's like, the map is big and small at the same time. Like it's big and wide, but it's also really dense with just the things that are happening and going on and where you can explore and the fun stuff like that. All the little collectibles, the little fake Pokemon stuff you can get.
Oh, yeah. They have a name. They had an episode like that.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I could picture.
It's like Kinkomon or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. But I don't know. I'm really enjoying it more than I thought, especially with not nearly being as big of a South Park fan.
It's weird. Well, it's not weird. It's kind of surprising that South Park mashed with a turn-based RPG just kind of worked.
It did. It did just work, and it works well. And just the way, like, I want to say art style, but it's just the cartoon. Like,
it is, yeah.
Out of any where it's like, oh, we're turning an anime into a video game, or we're doing this or that. Like, you can't almost get like picture perfect than something like South Park with how easy that is.
Oh no, it is. That's why I meant when like.
Yeah.
It's combat and then like an episode of South Park. It just looks like you're watching an episode of South Park.
Oh yeah.
It's just straight up that. It's very cool.
Also, I love the pooping.
The pooping? I don't remember the pooping.
Apparently there's an achievement if you poop in every toilet.
Uh-oh.
And you go up to the toilet and it's just like a quick time event of just mashing A to like fill up the poop bar before you have enough time, and then all the poop drains out of the bottom like actual poop.
That sounds kind of familiar.
And so I've done that in 2 or 3 different toilets out of the 4 I found, because apparently I didn't have to poop at the other one. I tried.
You just didn't have to go?
Apparently, I think I pooped too soon. I don't know how it works. There's like
You pooped your pants?
No. I pooped in another toilet, and I came across to another house, and there's another toilet. I guess I didn't have to poop then.
Did you eat any food?
Not that I remember.
But there's the problem.
The funny thing is, though, is that I have it in my little head cannon, because there's a shower next to every toilet, and you have your little party with you. So I do my quick time event shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk over to the shower and I turn the shower on. I just stand there for a few seconds and I clean myself off. Then I get out and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Do they go into the bathroom with you?
Oh, yeah.
So you're taking a group of children.
So far, just Butters.
You're taking Butters.
I'm also a child, just so you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
But you as an adult man
are
controlling these children.
Hey.
I'm just putting it out there.
I mean, look, if there was a way that I could like command Butters to sit outside while I do my poop and shower real quick, I would.
Would you?
I would. But Butters wants to come in and see.
We'll see how that holds up in court.
There was one really funny part too, is I took a shower after the first time I pooped, and then someone was like, it was like, oh, what are you gonna? You're all wet now. Like, oh, what are you gonna do in that? I'm just like, look at you knowing that I'm wet. AI, you're fantastic. Like,
look at you, AI.
Literally
recognizing my wetness.
Like every time something like that happens, I immediately think of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Any sort of like immersion like that, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, when they actually
so nice.
react to what you're doing.
Exactly. I'm liking this game a lot so far.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember they said it's like a couple months ago at this point?
Did they wanted to make like a open world?
Is that what it was? I mean, there was like a rumored South Park game happening, and no one knew if it was like another one of these or just a whole new thing.
I want to say I don't know if it will be 3D, but I want to say it was like an open world like game like that.
I mean, I'd be down. I haven't watched South Park in a really long time, but
I know I got a lot that I got to watch and catch up on.
South Park is one of those that's always in the back of my head as just wanting to blast through.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those where I realistically recognize that it will almost never happen.
Right.
Just time.
Exactly.
I played more WWE.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for more wrestling talk. And this won't be the first time we bring up wrestling on this podcast. Wrestling is taking over, Dave.
Shit.
We have, okay, Dynamite D. Last time we left off, he went to NXT. He dominated NXT. He had both championships and did all of his side quests. At least the ones that you can do as a face. Because there are ones that are locked behind being a heel, which I'm not going to do because it makes no sense for Dynamite D. He is a fucking babyface. I've moved on to SmackDown, which
Raw?
is... No, Raw is like their big flagship show, so that will be Final Destination. SmackDown is their other show that's on TV.
Uh-oh.
That's not as big. I have some issues with this game that are starting to appear. So I will say I am still really enjoying it, just doing wrestling-ass wrestling shit. I don't know if you saw the thing I posted of Dynamite D beating up a dude in the parking lot with a hockey stick.
Over and over and over.
I hit him in the head 15 times in a row, and every time the announcers are going, "Whoa! Oh! Ah!"
Yeah. Somebody stop him.
It's on like the 12th or 13th. The one just goes, "Oh my god!"
Are we allowing this now?
Just right
I
in
mean,
the
this
head.
is good to watch, but that's gotta sting.
That was fun. No, Sting is in AEW right now.
I was gonna make another joke, but I don't even want to anymore.
Make it. Go ahead, do it.
I was gonna say, like, how many hat tricks was that?
Boo.
Fuck you. Well, maybe if you didn't turn...
Mine was better.
I'm gonna break your fucking glasses in half.
Okay. Most storylines that you go through, like the side quests, are, at least as a babyface, I don't know what it'll be like as a heel, way too predictable. As in, oh, I'm going to team up with someone. Every single time it ends with that person turning on you, and then you have a match.
Well, yeah.
Every single time. It is, but, you know, give me something a little different. Let me go on like a tag team run with someone, like an actual one. You know? Here's my other problem.
Anytime you talk about certain games, specifically this, I'm just looking at you the entire time because it all just goes over my head, and I'm just like, okay.
No, you say that, but we've had talks where you know some wrestling stuff now.
What? What do I know?
I don't know. You know some terminology. What's a heel?
That's the dude who's a bitch, and like he's like a slower, like he sucks, and like
I thought you knew.
He's like, I don't know, the bad guy.
You do know.
Okay.
You see, a year ago you would have been like, well, heel is part of the body.
I still think the heel's a part of the body.
Well, it still is.
Scientists have just come out. We have 205 bones now.
What?
But then there's a whole bunch of scientists who still think we have 206.
I think we have 204.
You're just a flat earther then.
What was it? You keep making me lose my train of thought tonight.
WWE.
Well, I know the game we're talking about. Okay, wrestling. You know how they will go into the ring and like cut promos, and they do the talking inside the ring with a microphone.
Yeah.
And that will like advance the storyline for whatever's going on in that wrestling feud.
If you say so.
I do. They pretty much do none of that. Very little of it, and it's almost all done through their like fake Twitter app.
Boo.
And I understand it's probably because it's a lot cheaper and easier to just have some text appear as opposed to having to animate the wrestler and have the voice dialogue happening, but at some point, it's kind of like, all right, we're just going to keep tweeting and then go wrestle. Also,
look, Jeff Jarrett would not stop tweeting.
So maybe it's accurate.
I think it's pretty accurate.
One more thing that is interesting, just an observation. I've had two storylines that also involved female wrestlers, as in like, oh, I joined a group of there's this one couple, and we kind of made like a little faction. And, of course, it ended with me and the guy feuding because she wanted me romantically. Then there was another one. It was a mixed tag team tournament. And the one dude got injured. So his girlfriend needed a replacement. That was me. We win the tournament. He gets jealous and thinks that we're banging. So the two storylines that involve females revolved around sex. Which was just a little like, we could do this differently.
I mean, when I think of like wrestling and WWE and whatnot, I still feel like they have that childish, like, man is big man, woman is just hot thing.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you.
It was, and like anytime you talk to a female and they're like, oh, I need you to do this, but I'm taken, so don't get any funny ideas. It's like, what, you know?
Yep.
We're dragging into all these, so I'm interested when I do play as a female wrestler.
Fucking vegan.
To see, like, if the guys are like, you can't fuck me. I'm interested to see if they keep doing that with the guy side.
Hey, can you help me? Oh, no, I got a girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
I don't fucking think so, bitch. I'll take you out in the ring.
Well, no. If the guy hits the girl...
That's assault.
it's a disqualification. You lose.
Well, at least you don't go to jail.
And, well, a lot of wrestlers have gone to jail.
Yeah.
There's a very dark history with abuse and wrestlers.
Tune in episode 1 of Offshore Gamescast, subsection wrestle shit.
It's dark side of the ring. It exists. It is all about the dark side of wrestling.
Should I play the Wizard of Oz soundtrack in the background?
Why?
Don't talk to me.
Well, we still got a lot of podcasts to do, so
move on.
Yeah, I'm done. WWE,
right.
I'm still playing it. I don't know. I'm done.
I played more Recompile.
How's the recompiling going?
Good and bad. So I completed that section that I was on, Hex Maintenance, which is the one that I ended up falling and then having to restart. So I went through and I followed all the power lines or whatever to each separate buttons, and I did my little hops, and I got them going. Still, so much of the environment is just so dark, and the way that the paths are made, like, you look at that in any other game, and it's like, that's not the way I should go. It's literally like random, like, sized blocks of like stuff connecting, and it's like, all right, I literally have to go this way, and that is like the most frustrating areas, because the way the sensitivity is, like just normal game, it is very fast, and the jumping is very precise. So when you move the camera, it's almost like a 2-part thing. You have to set the camera up just right because of it colliding with so many other, not necessarily colliding, but like there's so much environmental shit in the way that you can almost barely see. You have to really line it up to see where you're going to jump. It blocks a lot of the screen, and it does the thing where like it fades a little bit, but a lot of it is still in clear view. So I'm just constantly, even like certain depth and perception, I'm constantly falling. And I'm like, well, there goes 10% of my health right there. And I'm just falling and falling. I'm like, this is stupid. And the character also moves decently fast, so it's like a little like ticks with the joystick of like, all right, move angle this way, and now we can go straight, and like now maybe I can jump here so I can avoid walking this bullshit. There's a lot of that.
Sounds a lot like an old 3D platformer.
It kind of gives off that feeling, but it's still like, it feels like it runs so much better, but it's still like it looks aesthetically like it wants to be from that setting, but I don't think the gameplay lines up with what modern day stuff should be, because it's very frustrating. But I was able to go through, and I hit whatever nodes, and I jumped on all the buttons and shit, and I was able to connect that power down to an elevator to the next section, being the Hex data mine, I believe. Towards the end of the first section there, I got my new ability, a double jump.
What?
So hopefully that'll fix a lot of my issues. Like a lot of them say like, oh, even when you're falling, you could like double jump and like try to get somewhere else. I'm like, all right, good, because I don't want to fucking die.
Yeah,
over
can
and over.
you do the thing where when you do start like falling off a ledge, you can do a jump like midair?
Yes.
Oh, that seems really helpful.
Yes. And it has already helped in certain circumstances, like almost immediately after. I stopped like right at the beginning of the hex data mine, but I played around with the double jump and like almost like tested or trained myself to be like, all right, what can I do? How far can I go? Like for future reference, if I'm going to be up against more dark little areas that is going to be hard to maneuver. But my next thing that I got to do is upgrade my hacking ability to go further and fix up that whole section. But it's just a lot more platforming.
How's the combat going?
So when I redid the hex maintenance level, I went through, and it's a Metroidvania, so there's numerous other little places you can go, but I mainly just kind of stuck to the pipes and like where I had to do to finish it. I came across 2 enemies.
That's not a lot.
No.
So it really is just platformer.
For now, I assume that later on it'll upgrade the weapon more and there might be more enemies or different types, but I came across one sitting enemy, which again like are those little Code Lyoko type looking things where like cubes and balls. The cube was really easy because I was on a platform above him and I just kept like shooting, backing away, shooting. But the flying enemies are really frustrating because the sensitivity when you're looking around is very quick. They move very fast, and when it zooms in, when you do like the aim, it really just closes your cone of vision. And it's like, all right, I got to keep backing out, moving around, adjust myself. Because those fucking flying ones just, they move. And then everything's dark and they start doing their beam. And there really isn't a lot of places to like hide behind. And in those circumstances, your character can move a little slower. So it's like, combat is there as like a, hey, don't forget about us. And it's like, oh, shit.
You said there was no dodge, right? You're just kind of running back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish there was a dodge. Maybe I'm going to get a dodge ability.
Maybe
I'll get a speaking ability. I don't fucking know.
I was going to say, that seems like weird as an ability because you're just moving.
I mean, the first ability I got was a jump.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And you're an AI, right? No, you're a virus.
Yeah.
Viruses, they're not people.
Hey.
No. I'm standing by this one.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm going to get controversial.
I know, but I don't know. I feel like I could do so much more as a virus.
Well.
And I will.
All right.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying it. It's one of those where it's like, all right, I'll jump in. I'll play like a little section. I want to hop into it and just like run around mindlessly and just kind of look around. And then I'll move on and do some other stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
We both have one more game to talk about briefly.
Best month ever. We played it and reviewed it.
Yeah, like we said, go to our YouTube channel or offshoregamescast.com to check out that review. But we're still gonna talk about it a little bit. Not as deep like we did in the review.
No.
It's a very narrative heavy point and click adventure game.
Which is like my biggest issue with it. I'm not the biggest fan of point and clicks.
You play as Louise and her son Mitch. And the whole premise is that Louise is very sick.
I don't like the way you say Louise.
I am kind of saying Louise.
Yeah.
Louise. I don't know. Probably because I went to high school with a Louise. And that's what everyone called her.
I didn't.
Shout out Louise.
Shout out Louise.
Louise's sis. Louisiana.
There you go.
She has a month left to live. Mitch does not know. The whole game is her taking Mitch on the road to try and find a home for him. Somewhere to stay with either family or somewhere safe where she feels comfortable that he will be raised properly.
Mm-hmm.
You have... So, pretty much all the gameplay is point and click. So, you click somewhere to move and picking decisions of like things to say and do.
Mm-hmm.
That is the gameplay of it. And there are 3 different meters. I hope you remember them because I don't.
Righteousness, confident, and relations.
Right. Every decision you make will impact those 3 meters, and that'll determine the type of person that Mitch becomes as an adult. Which he does, like, when you make like a big decision, adult Mitch will narrate over and be like, that's when I knew this, and like kind of talk about it. Which
gives like a little bit of insight based off like the decision that was made and be like, I remember when that happened.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that. The voice acting for young and old Mitch and Louisiana is good. It's good voice acting.
It is.
Some of the side characters can be hit or miss, but
Yeah.
This game covers very heavy topics.
It takes place during mainly 1969 and goes back and forth between like the late 50s and just like different times throughout. So it was a very difficult historical time.
Yeah. Especially, do you remember where they're somewhere in the South, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember where. Oh, well, no, don't they start in California?
That's what I thought too.
And then they kind of work their way like southeast from there.
Yeah.
Right. Louisiana is a white mother with Mitch, a black child. Mm-hmm. Racism in this game is a very heavily covered topic and theme. Mm-hmm. And it's not just that, also being a female, especially during that time.
Right.
They cover lots of sexual. I don't know what's the word.
I want to say like the most broad way is just like the not necessarily the desecration, but like the very heavy demeaning of women and just their yeah.
It. I don't remember. I don't think the game has like a warning in the beginning. I feel like it should.
I honestly, it does too, because it's like that. As we'll talk about more, it has a good start and a good finish, and then the middle just kind of feels like a jumble. Just so much happens.
Yeah.
The way I described it in the review is that it feels like the game doesn't necessarily know what the main plot in that moment is. It's just constantly taking sharp turns, like guiding you to the next big climactic event that happens.
Right.
And every single chapter is just like, all right, now this is happening and this is happening and this is happening. It's like, oh my God, there's just so much fucking happening. Like, this is too much. What are we doing?
Yeah. And a couple of the things in the middle, like, really go off the track of,
yeah,
hey, I'm trying to find a home for Mitch. Like, the whole purpose of the game. It really fucking sidetracks from that.
So, like, a lot of the things in those moments feel very coincidental. Like, there's one section where there's a KKK meeting.
Yeah.
And you kind of find out and sort of infiltrate, which in and of itself is like, what the fuck? This is just a single mother just randomly doing this.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that the person that they end up saving knows them and, like, knows, like, information and stuff. And I'm like, this feels very just kind of slapped on and just like, all right, we got to throw it in there to make sense.
Right. I know that they were very much so trying to cover these heavy topics.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to cover so much during, like, such a decade in time in what ends up being a 3-hour game. That's
part of it. I think they maybe bit off a little more than they can chew in the amount of time that this game has.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both pretty much agree. Strong start. And I think towards the end, it definitely starts to get back on track.
Yeah.
And then it ends. But overall, I liked it.
I had a really good time with it. I think the characters are what really shine. It's definitely hard to be able to connect to some characters, and these ones just felt like it could just be like more family stuff, but like for both of us personally, it hit very close, and I was like, all right, this is easy to like consume myself with.
Yes. Go check out our review. I guess we could say what our scores were.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7.5.
I gave it a 6.5.
And together,
the official Offshore Gamescast rating is a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. We were given permission to talk about the first 3 chapters and nothing past that in the review. So if you want kind of more in-depth, and I think those first 3 chapters do a pretty decent job of covering a lot of the themes that are in the game.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the heavy topics. Go check out our review. We go deeper into those first 3 chapters in it. And it's only like 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll take you that long.
It's a pretty good review.
It's a pretty good review. I think we did pretty good for our first review.
I think so.
I think so. Go check that out. It was fun doing that. And thanks again to the Clabater, 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 and Warsaw for giving us that code.
Thanks, Poland.
All of Poland. You did it. Poland supports the Offshore Gamescast.
I hope so.
News.
Oh, wow.
That's a throwback.
It's news time.
That's what you used to do. And then I said, we're going to get news music. We never got news music.
Nope.
Throwback Thursday. Oh, my God. This is coming out on a Thursday. Throwback Thursday.
Oh, good Trollback Thursday.
Trollback. You want to take the first news story?
Nothing too exciting, but we officially have the Modern Warfare 2 logo. We already knew it was going to be a thing. Everybody knew it was going to be a thing before it was going to be a thing. Then we knew it was going to be a thing, and now we have the logo for it.
Yeah, it's just worth mentioning because now it's official.
I mean, but showing that off, they're probably going to have more news soon. Do it in Warzone as they do now. But it's exciting. And also, nothing like too crazy, but as usual, some higher gaming elites or whatever, some higher known people in the gaming community have already gotten like hands-on and like seen gameplay.
Already?
Oh yeah. I mean,
isn't this one? There's no COD game this year though, right? Isn't this one 2023?
No, that one's coming out this year.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I liked the story.
I think this is the last one that's coming out yearly.
Okay, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see this indie game got announced, American Arcadia?
I don't know.
I just thought it was worth mentioning. So it was just a teaser trailer. It's
my birthday time.
It's from Out of the Blue. It's from Out of the Blue, who did Call of the Sea. I don't know that game. You know it?
Yeah.
It was interesting because they're going for like a Truman Show thing. So you play as 2 characters in this city, and this whole city is unknowingly on a 24/7 TV show.
Huh.
And these 2 characters have completely different styles of gameplay. One character, it's a 2.5D platformer. The other one is a first-person puzzler.
Ooh.
So it was just a very quick teaser trailer. There's going to be a full trailer at Summer Games Fest.
Ooh.
But I just thought it was worth mentioning because I thought it looked cool.
I like that.
They had like someone trying to escape in one of the screens that someone was watching, and then that person was like getting shot for trying to escape.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it looked really cool. Or at least on paper it's cool. So just thought that was worth mentioning.
We got another little game announcement. We got a Warcraft mobile game that was announced on the 3rd. Warcraft Arclight Rumble.
That sounds like a mobile game.
I mean, they were a little clever with their little abbreviations.
Say it again.
Warcraft Arclight Rumble.
Whoa.
Craft. So it's basically just like a small like mini version of like the real-time strategy, just kind of going around on this little map, doing your little things. It's also like a little collectible game. You can get like figures and stuff to like use on like the whatever board and then just keep playing and doing that. Not my thing, but
I can see that working on mobile. It's not my thing either, but I can see that making sense.
Yeah.
I thought this was a little interesting for a specific reason.
Tell me.
Gears 5.
Oh.
The map builder is being removed.
Oh.
They said it's so the team can focus on future projects.
Good.
Which kind of has me hoping that Gears 6.
Well, yeah, especially after Gears 5.
Yeah, is hopefully ramping up production.
Gears 5 is, I think, my second favorite Gears game.
It's a good game.
It's a good
definitely
game.
Better than Gears 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did say everyone that has played the game or will play the game will just automatically get the achievements from that mode. just so nothing's blocked out. And if you already have the achievements, you will get an exclusive banner and 10K in-game coins. So hopefully that means we're some Gears 6 news sooner rather than later.
God, I hope so. This is fucking exciting.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Both Microsoft and Bethesda have announced their showcases.
Yeah.
Both be happening on June 12th.
Yeah. Oh, right. Last year they did the thing where they were like back to back, but technically separate.
Yeah, which still makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me Starfield.
Yeah.
Give me fucking Fable. I was going to say Prey. All right, give me Prey 2. Give me Prey 2. But give me Fable.
Yeah, that is exciting. It's I like that even without E3, it's still just because of Summer Games Fest that time of year.
E3 has been dead since like 2019.
Yeah, and I don't see why any of these companies would continue to give money to the ESA to be part of E3 when it's just unnecessary.
Yup.
I don't think it does anything for them anymore.
Nope.
E3 had its time and place.
Yup.
That is exciting. I can't wait till we get more. You know, we never really addressed with the people. We're about a month away from season 2 ending.
Shit.
It's crazy.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost a year into this shit.
Yeah, we're going to cover all that shit, all the conferences, and then take a week off.
Fuck yeah.
That's crazy. Anyway. Sifu.
Oh, what about it?
Difficulty options.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added, so they kind of put out a roadmap, and they added quite a few things recently, but one of them was difficulty options, which is now student, easy, disciple, which is kind of like, I think what it is now, or master, which is harder. I have no problem with challenging games. How hard it was has kind of been holding me back from going back in.
Mm-hmm.
This is giving me a little more like, okay, you know what? Put on student and be a badass kung fu master.
That's how you get me in.
Yeah, so awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, that it is giving me more motivation to jump back into Sifu, which I do have to do at some point.
The Embracer Group, back at it again.
Oh, they're back at it.
Spending. They, for $300 million, have purchased Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal, which ends up bringing in Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and apparently 50 more properties. Old and new.
It's a lot.
That's nuts. But also, in addition to that, Crystal Dynamics will still be developing the fucking perfect Dark game.
Yeah.
Embracer's crazy. Just buying everything.
Yeah.
Embracer feels like the new THQ.
This is like Tomb Raider's a pretty big IP.
Yeah.
And then like Deus Ex is also big.
Yeah.
But Tomb Raider?
I mean, yeah.
That's big.
That's fucking insane.
If it goes through, it'll finalize next year. Which I imagine they almost always go through. I don't really remember a time where one of these failed.
Right. We probably didn't hear about it.
Probably. Yeah. Acquisitions,
Incorporated.
Do you think Square Enix Montreal will still be called Square Enix Montreal?
Hope so.
Because I think that would be pretty funny.
Imagine. Like, guys, come
on. Did you see... I didn't look too deep into it. Did you see the headline of why Square Enix did this, though?
No, but I read something and I was like, why this is good for both of them? It's like, okay.
Square Enix apparently wanted the extra capital so they can invest more heavily in, like, the NFT market and shit and all that. Which I did see then another headline in this Discord I'm in that was like, NFT market crashes as soon as Square Enix does this. And everyone was like, yeah, good. Fuck you, Square Enix.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah. That's a reason for that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, exciting. This stuff is exciting. And this feels a little... I mean, I guess Embracer Group is getting pretty big at this point.
Oh, they were already big.
But, yeah. But for whatever reason, this feels like less like monopolization. I guess because it's not Microsoft or Sony doing it.
Right.
It was like one company to another that's not one of the big three.
Yeah.
I don't know. Exciting. Wonder if it changes anything about Tomb Raider, because they are making that new one. They confirmed it.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of Square Enix, Final Fantasy 16 is in the final stages of development.
Oh, yeah, it is.
There apparently is supposed to be a big reveal in the spring, and it's looking like there's a potential 2022 release date gonna be attached to this.
God, give it to me.
So that's exciting.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It was either like the producer or the director of the game who worked on old Final Fantasy.
The producer, yeah.
He's very open about a lot of this, and he's all like, yeah, we're going back to our roots. So we'll see. Talking about like character-driven storytelling and stuff.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. Chaos. I gotta get back to that too.
Bullshit.
Uh-huh.
You want some bad news?
I mean, no, but I'll listen.
Skull and Bones had a little leak.
I did see that.
And people are saying they're not sure exactly what stage of development that the leak was in, but it still looks just as bad as it did years ago, and so boring and empty and just a fucking absolute waste of time to make an entire game out of one of the most hated parts of the fucking Assassin's Creed series, and like how nobody wanted to do it.
But it's Destiny.
No, Destiny is a different series.
But it's trying to be Destiny with boats.
The fucking Singapore government.
Damn it, Singapore.
Fuck Skull and Bones.
Fuck Call of Duty cheaters.
Yeah.
Do you see this thing? I just wanted to mention this because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I did.
In Vanguard and Warzone, they implemented a thing called cloaking, which is where now if you're detected as cheating in Call of Duty, you will not be able to see or hear anyone in the game, including like you won't see or hear their bullets or their guns going off, but they can see you. Mm-hmm. So you're just blind and won't be able to do anything and just die immediately, which I think is a much funnier way of handling it than just like banning people.
Well, they did another thing too I think this is much funnier than what they did, was they took all the cheaters and then they put them in their own lobbies to cheat against each other.
That's pretty good too.
That's pretty good, but this is really just like putting their foot down and be like, I'm going to make you hate it.
Yeah.
Because at least you can still be stupid and do that, but this is like, oh, there is literally no point to keep playing.
Yep. Which, good. Like, don't do that.
Absolutely.
Don't be that person.
Now, another little sad bit.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Stray ended up getting delayed.
It's not where I thought you were going with this, but that is, yeah.
Not too far. Originally going to be a spring, pushed now back to summer. But it's okay. Let the kitties sleep.
Yeah, the little cat nap.
Exactly.
We'll have our hands on Stray at some point.
Yeah.
And it will be wonderful, because how can it be bad?
Yeah.
Just,
cats.
Exactly. All right, you want to actually talk about something sad now? Robert Krakoff, I think that's how you pronounce it, passed away. He was known as Razer Guy. He was the co-founder of Razer.
Yeah,
and one of the really big pioneers of the first gaming mouse. Gaming mouse. Peripheral. He was 81 years old, so rest in peace. That's sad.
Thank you for all you've done.
Yeah, gaming mice are big deals.
Oh, yeah. Razer is a big deal.
Razer is a big deal.
Another thing I got, so Matthias Engstrom, who was the game director of Hitman 3.
Pretty good.
Is apparently going to be joining the Crisis team as the director of the fourth entry in the series. I'm curious how that would go with the melding of the two thought processes.
I don't know.
Very different games.
I never played Crisis. You played Crisis 3.
I played Crisis 2.
Damn.
And 3, but I didn't beat them. I still got to.
Bobby Kotick is getting sued again, kind of.
Sort of.
Activision Blizzard is getting sued by New York City. Represent New York.
It feels like one of many of the same lawsuits.
Pretty much, but just from a bunch of different people.
Yeah, just being like, hey, did you do this because you didn't want people to know that you were being a sexual harassing piece of shit?
Yeah, that's pretty much that's what they're suing, saying Bobby Kotick rushed the sale to Microsoft to avoid any of the fallout from all the allegations.
Probably.
Activision Blizzard's came out with a statement basically saying, we disagree with that. We'll see you in court.
Yup.
So we'll see where that goes. Good job, New York, I guess.
I got another little annoying piece of news. Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake.
Yep.
No news yet, really, but it has now been moved from the 2 Indian Ubisoft studios that were working on it back up to Ubisoft Montreal, who is the main people who worked on the Sands of Time trilogy back in the day. So, good. Another thing is, like, why didn't they have it in the first place? Oh, let's outsource it. But it's like, again, why even show the game?
That's especially now with this happening now. It's even more like, okay, this game is not coming out for a long time.
No,
like you don't just switch studios and then the game comes out in a few months.
Mm-hmm.
So when it does come out, I'll play it, but not soon.
Yup.
I have one more piece of news here.
And that'll be the one to finish us off.
Remember I said we're gonna come back to wrestling? Fuck. We're back.
Fuck.
We're back.
You're acting like a heel right now.
You. I was editing our PAX East travel vlog today, which is going to come out soon, probably this weekend. And you cut a straight up wrestling promo in there.
I did?
Yeah, you did, and I said that was a straight up wrestling promo, and we laughed.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
AEW Fight Forever. That is the official name of the video game. They showed off a little bit more this week of some gameplay. First off, they did confirm it's going to be on console and PC, which we were excited about because mods in wrestling games are, a thing. They showed off some more gameplay between Chris Statlander and Nyla Rose. They're both confirmed for the game. Their models were shown off. There's something that bothers me about what they're showing, which is every time a strike or a move or anything was happening, it does a thing where, all right, you're going to punch me, right?
I'd love to.
And then as you're like making contact, it does a thing where like it pauses for like a very split second, but in a way that's like meant to kind of show the impact more. And I really don't like it because it's the type of thing that's cool for like, oh, you do a huge move or like your finisher and it does like that dramatic kind of like quick pause to show the impact.
Mm-hmm.
If it's doing it for every strike and every move, that's just it just like throws the rhythm off completely. So as a big AEW fan, that was a little, oh, okay. I don't know if I love that, but of course I'm going to get this game. Also, people keep thinking it's going to come out in September of 2022. There was no release window given, but it still looks way too early for this game to come out in 4 months. All right, Dave. That's my wrestling tidbit. There wasn't a whole lot more to add there.
Okay.
You got through it. Don't worry. There'll be more wrestling stuff next week.
Let's finish it off. We have the Xbox games with gold and the PlayStation Plus games for May.
Let's hear them. I have no idea what they are.
So starting with PlayStation, as of May 3rd, which has already happened, we got Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, Soul Calibur 4, and Blasphemous up for grabs. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Should have.
On the Xbox side, we have Yoku's Island Express from May 1st to the 31st, The Inner World, The Last Wind Monk from May 16th to June 15th, and the 360 games we're getting are Hydro Thunder Hurricane from May 1st to the 15th, and Viva Pinata Party Animals from the 16th to the 31st.
Couple bigger ones in there. Not honestly, bigger, but like,
Honestly, I'm a fan of the Hydro Thunder.
And Yoku's Island was that had a bit of a following when it came out.
Yeah.
Got good reviews. I'm not a pinball guy.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Are you a notable game releases kind of guy?
Nah, not this week. I'm just going to skip it.
We got two. Both releasing. They're out right now while you're listening to this.
They are.
We got, coming May 5th, Best Month Ever.
What?
Huh? And Trek to Yomi. Both going to be on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Best Month Ever will be on Switch as well.
Oh, Truck to Yomi's not on Switch?
No.
I misunderstood you, and you said that earlier. I'm going to have to fucking change that.
Are you serious? I fucking said it earlier.
I thought you were saying it is on Switch.
No! Same Best Month Ever is on Switch.
I thought I was on the Switch. And that you'd be joining me on the Switch, but then you weren't there.
Yeah.
So in this scenario, I'm Best Month Ever, and you're Trek to Yomi.
I'll take it.
You probably end up with a better deal on that.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. I was going to say I want to play Trek to Yomi this week, but it feels like every time I say that about a new game,
Yep.
I don't actually start it because there's too many games I'm in the middle of. But I would like to start Trek to Yomi this week.
Don't we all?
We'll see.
We shall see.
It's on Game Pass, which is nice.
Oh, yeah.
It makes a big difference.
It really does.
All right, Dave. We did it.
We did it.
Another pod down.
Can't believe we're almost done. Season 2.
Almost on Season 2, and we're almost at episode 50.
I know.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yep.
By the end of May, we're going to be at episode 50.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
And then we're going to take a long nap.
Well, no, we'll still be here awake.
A week's long nap.
We're going to still, on Wednesday night, during our Season 2 break, we're still going to come down to this basement, and I'll set everything up, and we'll talk into the microphones for about an hour to an hour and a half, and I just won't record it.
I probably won't be here for that, so.
No, you will.
You have fun.
You'll be here.
Nah.
Oh, yeah, you will.
All right, I'm going to close out the show. Everybody have a wonderful day. I hope you guys feel the best you can possibly feel and just go out there and play some games. Thank you, and have a good day.
That was a little intense at the beginning.
Yeah. Cinco de Mayo, dude.
Maybe like take 2?
Take 2?
Yeah, like it.
What's up, guys?
Takes 2?
What's going on, guys? Feel better?
Don't get lost.
Gute Nacht, meine Frau.
It's that. I'm offended.
Why?
I think. Goodbye.